WWE alum Jack Swagger is MMA fighter Jake Hager, recently signing with Bellator MMA. He's also still wrestling professionally and will be in South Florida on Saturday, December 16th on a Fighting Evolution Wrestling show at Coral Springs High School with Ryback, Teddy Long, the Headbangers, the Pope D'Angelo Dinero, and the great Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Jack Swagger, this is going to be an incredible show coming up on Saturday. You're part of this big event. What are your thoughts of coming down here to South Florida for this big show?
Very excited. I love coming to South Florida. It's always nice down there, and it's such an honor to be on a card with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Teddy Long. Really looking forward to it. Be my first show with FEW, and so the first shows are always fun. Got the little butterflies a little bit, and then you just go out there and see what type of crowd it is and have a lot of fun, and hopefully they do too.
Since departing with WWE, have you done indie wrestling?
Yep, I've been nonstop since about May of this year. Beginning of May, I started taking independent bookings. I've been all over Australia, South Africa, UK, Mexico, Canada, and a little bit in the United States as well.
Wow, so what is it like with that WWE schedule and then the indie schedule?
So WWE schedule, they would make it for us and kind of hand it out and say, this is where you're working and this is your schedule. And if you want to try to find some time with your family, or if you have a big graduation or something that you want to make it to, it makes it a little tough. Here with this schedule, I get to make my own relationships with the promotions and work with the ones I want to work with and set the dates ahead of time, controlling my schedule a little bit more, allowing me a little more freedom, not only with the schedule but also with the character stuff in the ring. So a little bit different, but travel is travel, my friend. It all sucks.
Even when you're going to places that you've never been before, if you're going to an Australia, if you're going overseas?
I always enjoy, I always enjoy the travel to the cool parts. I'm sure we all do. Part of the reason why I started pro wrestling is because I was a small kid from Oklahoma and from a small town, and so it was a real big bonus to get out there and see, the Middle East, see Abu Dhabi, see Australia, see Cape Town, go see the Great Whites, go to the UK and see all the historic stuff there. Really cool, and always a culture shock, and so it's a fun adjustment. But yeah, you get hyped up for those.
I want to turn a little bit to MMA because at this point in your career, why MMA now?
Well, I think right now, at more than any point in my career, MMA is becoming more recognizable. It's growing in popularity by, exponentially. It's so popular. You see that with the Conor and Mayweather fight. And then you look at pro wrestling too. It's also very popular. It's moved away from certain stereotypes. It's become very acceptable on television and a lot of forms of mediums. So right now, I chose it right now as an opportunity. It could be a real game changer for me in my career to be able to make a name for myself in the MMA world and also go out there and be a professional wrestler with that background. I think now would be the best time ever to do it. Golden age of pro wrestling, and MMA is so popular. And I just really, really like what Bellator is doing and the freedom that it's given its fighters. And I want to work for companies like that. I don't want to be locked in to these one-sided contracts where I have no say in it, because it's my body that I'm putting on the line. I'd like a little bit of say.
That's something you say that with Bellator, and I'm sure obviously because the fights are so spread out, it is a totally different schedule than when you were with WWE.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's going to be one of my biggest problems in 2018 is